Hey fishing friends, welcome back to eFishin. I'm Rodney, and today, well, we're back down here on the Salt River. We're still fishing for these white bass. They're still doing their thing, and well, today we're faced with some kind of tough conditions down here on the river. One, the water's really clear. Y'all can look out there, and what you're seeing is the bottom of the river. And the second thing is, the river's really low. And that just makes things tough to catch fish. So there's two strategies that I kind of use when I find these conditions. One is I'll use a bait that I can move pretty quick, like a rooster tail or a small jerk bait. And the other one is I'm going down in size and I'm using a small hair jig. This hair jig I'm fishing is what we're going to kind of focus in on today, and we're going to talk about colors and the weight, sizes, and kind of the tackle that I use to fish this thing. The hair jig I'm using today is just it's a 3/32 ounce, but I'll vary it between a 1/16 and 1/8, just really depending on the depth and the current, and sometimes that 3/32 is just a good intermediate one to throw. But what I'm doing is I'm throwing it out there and I'm letting it hit the bottom, and for some reason those fish today, they want it on the bottom. They're feeding down, they're in them cracks and whatnot, and you almost gotta stick that thing right on top of their nose for them to hit. So one other thing that's going on here that's kind of making fishing tough, besides the low and clear water, is these white bass, they're full on spawning, so they're a little preoccupied with that. And I guess what I'm doing here is I'm kind of watching out there in this shoal out here, and they're just kind of running. There's a school of them out there, and they're running back and forth. And you'll see them down there flashing, and they're spawning, and I'm just throwing that little jig in that vicinity. The color I'm using today, it's just a white hair jig with a pink head on it, but I'm not sure the pink head had anything to do with it. That just happened to be the one I pulled out of the little bag I had hair jigs in, and there we go. So I just started throwing it, started catching a few fish on it. Well, lo and behold, those fish quit biting on it, and I ended up putting a black one on a little later, so I don't know if the color mattered. I think it was just a matter of getting something small and getting something down there in those crevices and cracks where those fish were, something that they could hit or find. They really didn't want to feed up. I tried some other things like a jig under a bobber and whatnot, and never really had any luck on it, but getting it down on the bottom seemed to be the ticket to catch a few fish today. I really don't think the color mattered a whole lot, but one thing I do think that matters a lot when this water gets clear and low like this is using light line. Now I'm using 4-pound mono, and it's clear, and I really think that light line helped me get a few bites today in this clear water. One thing the light line does is it helps that little fly down there and jig do its thing and makes it look natural. And I think that's kind of the key, is those fish can see real well, so if something doesn't look quite right, I'm not sure they're going to eat it unless it's something that's moving fast, like a rooster tail or a jerkbait or something, and they just hit it on instinct. Well, I hope these clear water, low water hair jig tips here help you all out a little bit and help you all catch a few white bass down there, or really anywhere you face these conditions. Just remember to downsize your lure, make it look natural, downsize your line, which really helps a lot to help that lure act right down there under the water, under these clear water conditions. And really not just for white bass, really any fish you all are fishing for. If you have clear water, downsize that line and use a small bait. Anyways, I'm Rodney with eFishin. If you guys pick something up, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button down there. It helps get out on the YouTube algorithm. Otherwise, we'll catch y'all out on the water sometime. We're out.